Wrap up, protect your chains, and make sure your Broncos coverage isn't...
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to the IN-COM-PLETE podcast, where your Coast to Coast host provides you with news, coverage, and opinions of all things Denver Broncos, plus anything else that's on our minds. I am Ty, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and best friend Kelly. For the second straight year, we swept them Raiders out of here.
Fuck them Raiders!
Absolutely. Oh, I've got things to say about that game. It was glorious at the beginning, and then we'll get to the last 5 minutes because that was not pleasant for me. But I mean, you play to win the game, right? And they won the game.
Well, see, I almost think, we'll talk about it.
Yes, we'll talk about it. But I don't want to get too involved in it because before we get things going, we would like to introduce our special guest for this episode. Like all of Broncos country, she is a believer of Mile High Magic. I've had the pleasure of meeting her last year, and her passions for sports is top notch. IN-COM-PLETE listeners, we welcome Steph Salazar to the podcast.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me.
Welcome.
Welcome. But we are celebrating, even though... No, you know what? I'm not even going to say but, because the fact is we swept the freaking Raiders.
Yeah, that's always exciting.
That is always a great thing. And so for Kelly, I believe this is the 10th straight podcast that we're celebrating a victory.
Victory.
Yeah.
So cheers to sweeping the Raiders, because why, Kelly?
Fuck the Raiders.
Absolutely.
Fuck the Raiders.
Yes. And moving to 11-2 and just a step closer. We actually surpassed our win total from last year. So
thank goodness.
More reasons to celebrate. And so on that note, cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Let's get the ball rolling a little bit. So, Steph, what we like to do on Victory podcasts is we normally like to think of the bad and the ugly, or the ugly and the bad, however you say it, before we get to the good. I honestly didn't have a whole lot, except for a few things. And so I'm just going to open the floor because... Actually, I want to open up the floor with an ugly real quick. And as well as that, the game was a lot more of advantage for Denver than what the score indicated. And the reason that is that the Bronco defense just kind of let them, played prevent defense that last 5 minutes. And that, for 55 minutes, I was so happy. And then the last 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, I get it. This game, the Denver led. They didn't lead. They had control of it basically start to finish.
Yeah.
But you got to control 60 minutes, not 55 minutes.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think a couple things happened. So I have, as a bad, I feel like Vance Joseph showed no killer instinct.
Absolutely.
And, but I also think, looking back at it, Sean Payton twice could have put up points. And especially the last drive, I think he said, we're going to win this game. Instead of putting more points on you, we'll just run for it on fourth down. If we get it, we'll take a knee. If we don't get it, there's nothing you can do. So surely you'll take a knee and go home. But Pete Carroll said, no, we ain't going to take a knee. So I don't know. We should have just put up the points. And when people said, "Oh, you're padding the score," blah blah blah, we should have said, "Who the fuck cares?"
Yeah.
But I really think I watched the game again. I really think Peyton was trying to show some sportsmanship
Mm-hmm.
and just in the game. And
Makes
instead
sense.
of doing that, and Carol didn't take it. Carol didn't say, "Oh, thank you. Yes, let's go home."
Because I don't think
Yeah.
that's Pete Carroll's style at all.
This will be number reason 942. I hate Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I agree. I was super frustrated with the garbage time points that the Raiders got. I'm not a huge fan of garbage time points. It drives me insane. So the last quarter that the Raiders were like driving the ball and they got these points, I was like, this makes absolutely no sense. Like, there's no reason why the Broncos should be allowing these points. And even since the very beginning, when we got the touchdown and the Raiders like responded, I was like, what the hell is this defense doing? Like, it felt like they were not, like, the defense was not playing to the potential that we know they can play at. And so it felt like Vance Joseph either A, wasn't prepared, which doesn't sound like Vance Joseph, or B, was just playing like, oh, it's the Raiders. Like, we got this. Like, we're going to win, which, like, we all know as Broncos fans. Like, going into the game, we were like, yeah, we're going to win. But I wanted to, like, demolish them. Like, I wanted to win so big and score so many points. And so the garbage time points just pissed me off. But the way that the defense played, like, kind of frustrated me. because I was like, you guys, like, this is not the defense that you guys have been playing like all year long. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So that was a
This
little
is
frustrating for me.
this is the third week in a row it's taken the defense a while to wake up.
Yeah. And next week they cannot do that. Like, they cannot wait that long to wake up and decide when they want to play. Like, next week's offense is not an offense that you can wait like a quarter and a half, like a half to like wake up and decide when you want to play. Like, Jordan Love is not that kind of quarterback.
No.
Do we all
Especially-
remember the
No, you're good. Go ahead.
do we all remember the Raider game where they did that trick play and the offensive lineman threw the touchdown?
Yes.
I
Yes,
need the
I do.
Broncos to play that every day of Raider week.
Yes. I agree.
How cocky they came into our house and took the lead that they were having offensive linemen throw touchdowns against us.
Oh my God, that was so damn annoying.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So when they're like, well, you know, Sean Payton out there trying to be sports friendly, Vance Joseph going, it's the Raiders. It's okay. We got some time to wake up. That offensive lineman threw a touchdown against us. Kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so damn frustrating. I remember that.
Every Raider game, that's what I think about. They have not destroyed the Raiders to a point where that I can J.R. Smith that out of my brain.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah. And actually, not even the Raiders. I think didn't the Chiefs do that too at one point? I think it was like 2016 when what was his name? Poe threw it. Oh, no, I remember now. That was I think the last time we played the Chiefs on Christmas. So come 2 weeks, I'm gonna be playing that in my head. I'm gonna be. I would hope that Sean Payton throws that from what happened almost a decade ago on Christmas against the Chiefs, and say, do not let it get to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really
But I agree. I
hoping-
had that Vance Joseph's no killer instinct. That
it was really, and I don't understand, especially because I can remember not remember these past two games, these past two opponents we've played, they're well under 500. They've had their struggles. The Commanders, I would say we haven't played them a whole lot, or as Kelly you mentioned last week, we almost forgot to put into effect that this could be a Marcus Mariota revenge game for what we did to him back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also with the Raiders that because they're our divisional rival, they were already eliminated from the playoffs. So they had nothing else left to lose. So if they were to find any way to ruin, at least stop Denver from going double-digit winning streaks, they were going to try to do that. It didn't look like that way the first 55 minutes of the game. But I do agree that Vance Joseph, you're up 24-7. Just make sure they don't score again. It was kind of reminiscent of the 2013 team in some form because we had offense, like we were scoring points. But one thing that not all Broncos fans, but we kind of failed to realize that most of the points that our opponents scored that season were garbage time. And not having that killer instincts pretty much gave Denver possibly, it didn't give them the blueprint. It's like, if you have a really good defense to play all 60 minutes, which not going to mention that game, then they're beatable. So the offense was really good on Sunday. The defense just has to play the entire 60 minutes, not go up by 17 points in 50 minutes and just say, oh, we got this, because a lot can happen in 10 minutes.
I know. Just ask teams that play us.
Mm-hmm. Ask the Giants. Ask the Chiefs. Ask the Eagles. Basically, ask anyone.
Our run defense was also so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Geno Smith was just running all over that field. And I was like, who the heck is on him? Somebody get on this man. Like, it was insane to me that there was no one stopping him.
And especially because he was hurt. And Geno Smith was basically playing on one leg for most of that game?
And 3 fingers.
Yeah, we basically just have to laugh about it at this point.
Yeah. Because this happened in the first game where he's grimacing in pain and he's in the medical tent and he's on the bike and he's gonna tough it out. He's gonna play the game, and then he's hurt again, and I'm like, dude, go sit down. You are playing for a team that's eliminated from playoff contention. You are hurt. What glory are you looking for? So finally, they got him off the field, and Super Bowl winning quarterback Kenny Pickett.
Oh gosh, I forgot he was on the Eagles that year.
Comes in, and gives him a good run. But yeah, I just have to laugh at Geno because I don't get it. I guess you're a competitor, I guess, but and the Broncos are going to break him off. I mean, it's piece by piece, he keeps coming out to face us.
Mm-hmm. And I think next week the Raiders have to play the Eagles, so I think at one point that
I go to Echo.
Yeah. We good? Oh, nope. All right, let's see where it's going. One. Let me try something. No. Oh, I see.
It's Steph.
I'll send you.
What do I do?
Yeah, I'm trying to- Does that help? No. I don't know what to do. Interesting.
Would it help if I switched to my iPad?
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
That or it only echoes. Muter. Oh.
That's
It only
Yeah.
echoes when we're talking. It doesn't echo her.
interesting.
So yeah, go switch it. Go see if you can switch to your iPad and see if that changes it.
All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, see, I already lost. So, apologies for the technical difficulties, I suppose. I forgot. I think I ended my conversation, and that's when it like blasted. So, go for it. I can remember where I left off.
No, we were just making fun of Geno Smith, and he's got to play the Eagles.
Right.
That conversation be over. The whole time I'm looking at Geno going, oh my God, go. My only other ugly was our 8 penalties for 50 yards.
Yeah, same.
Penalties are still killing us. I know Sean Payton tried to clean it up and said, well, 2 were intentional delay of games.
Right.
And those are 5-yard penalties, right?
Yes.
So if you don't count those, which they were accepted, so you have to count them, that would be 6 penalties for 40 yards. To me, that's still too many penalties and too many penalty yardage. Now, it's better than other games where we're giving up a whole freaking football field of penalty yards.
Right.
But it's still undisciplined, sloppy football that's going to come back and bite us.
Yeah. What do you I'm trying to think of what was the wasn't there like a crucial penalty that, because I know when you mentioned 6 or 40, I'm like, I feel like 6 or 40, you average that out, that's about like 6 yards per penalty. I'm trying to figure out where exactly like the penalty was that was very bad in a sense. But I don't know. I felt like in a sense it did clean up a little bit.
It's much better. It's much better than some games. Like if we were ranking games, this is nowhere near the worst game.
Right.
But it's still 8 penalties. And that, to me, is too many penalties.
Right. All right. I think we got our audio issue worked out.
Yay! Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just like, we were talking. I was like, whoa, that's a little bit louder. I thought for sure my volume was like very loud. And then I'm like, oh, like I'm still hearing myself echo. That's so weird.
It's my silly little laptop.
First world, no, maybe not for technology problems. We'll call it that.
Yes, my laptop's also very old.
Kelly can oblige that, or not oblige. Kelly can agree with me that early on this season, my laptop had some issues. So right there with you.
Yeah, my iPad is definitely much better. And I thought about it and I was like, oh, I should do this on my iPad instead. But my laptop's just easier. But we're good on my iPad.
All right, perfect. All right, so we were talking about penalties, Steph. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, see?
This team and their damn penalties are killing me. Like, by week 2, they should have cleaned them up. And so how are we still dealing with the penalties? How? Like, who is in charge? It's driving me insane.
Sorry. Sean Payton.
Oh my God, the penalties.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think it was that bad in a sense. Like it was a little bit cleaner than it has been, but Kelly mentioned, like there were 2 intentional delay of game penalties, and really there was one penalty I'm trying to remember off the top of my head that the Brandon Jones delay of game one was kind of
Stupid.
It was stupid on
Yeah.
his part.
Stupid. It has no, again, I hate penalties that get called that have no effect on the play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just got no harm, no foul. What the fuck are we doing? But then that one, okay, he tripped over him, he laid on him, whatever, but the game's not going anywhere. There's nothing this team is going to do that wins this game. What the
Right.
fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I agree. But there was
Raiders don't
no.
want to go home. The refs don't want to go home. Jesus Christ, we're advanced. Get us out of the fucking stadium.
But like, there were no PIs called on us.
Yeah, there
So,
wasn't.
like,
Or-
yeah, I hate the penalties, but there was no stupid pass interference calls called on us. So, like, that's the way I sort of like think about it. Because I talk to my dad after every single game, and I'm like, yeah, the penalties were stupid. I hate the delay of games, but there was no pass interference calls called on us. So, like, there's that, like, sort of like silver lining. But I totally agree. Like, the delay of game calls are dumb as fuck. And almost
Yeah.
every single flag, I like sit here and I'm screaming at my TV. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, clean up these goddamn penalties. And I've been like screaming that since like the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Like, it's so frustrating.
I mean, I know Broncos Twitter wanted a PI flag on one of the ones, and I was like, oh, I don't know. That's really ticky tacky. And I just want the refs to continue to call the game this way.
Yeah.
And for PI, they did.
Yeah. Yeah. The PI, I wasn't upset this game on any sort of like PI, like called or not called, which I feel like is sort of rare for us this season. So I felt fine
I
about
just feel
that.
like, you know, 8 penalties is 2 penalties a quarter. And we got to play cleaner football.
Yeah, and I feel like that's been a very common theme for us this entire season. Like every single game, I feel like every Broncos fan can agree that the penalties have just been so shitty.
Yeah. Actually, I just looked back, and the biggest penalty that we were penalized for was that Will Lutz kickoff out of bounds, because that was a 34-yard penalty.
Yeah. And then we ended up punting, right?
The Raiders drove down the field, but they turned it over on downs.
Okay.
It was because they were. Oh, that's actually how close the game was, because they were driving down, and had they scored a touchdown, it would only been 21-14, but we stopped them 5 yards short of getting into the end zone. And so then we took the ball back and we went on that 19-play, 90-yard drive, which 10 minutes of clock, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, was just beautiful.
Yeah. That was good.
So luckily it went from 21-14, had that penalty really hurt us, to it being 24-7. So it was like a 7 points, maybe a 10-point swing at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it. But I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Any other bads?
That's all I got. Those are my 2 complaints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
All right. Let's get to the good then. Which that was kind of a good transition. My first one and the biggest one, time of possession. We nearly beat them 2-1 on time of possession in that game.
I made the comment. Someone really liked it. I said, we're chewing up clock like Pete Carroll chews gum.
That's good.
We did dominate the time of possession, 38 minutes, 3 seconds to 20 minutes, 57 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
We had 72 total plays to the Raiders 48.
Wow.
That's great.
So just methodical, textbook. We need 4 yards. We need 2 yards. We need 1 yard. We're just gonna keep going. You know, just no hurry. No hurry. Just oh, look, no time left for you. Very smart football.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it was great to get all the way to like the third quarter or fourth quarter, like middle of the fourth quarter, and not feel stressed or not feel like any sort of anxiety. Like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do? Or like, how much time? Like, do we need? Like, whatever. Like, it was so nice to feel like a sense of like calm because I was like, oh, okay, like we're good. Like it doesn't really matter what they're going to do. Like look at our time management. Like that was such a great feeling to finally feel after like a few weeks of feeling just so much anxiety going into the fourth quarter. So they did amazing time management.
Absolutely. On Denver's 3 scoring drives on offense, so we're not counting the punt return. The first one, 14 plays, 81 yards, 8 minutes, 54 seconds of control. 14 plays, 91 yards, 9 minutes, 13 seconds, which ended in a touchdown. And then their final scoring drive of the game, 19 plays, 90 yards, almost 10 and a half minutes of time of possession.
I know. I watched the first quarter.
Mm.
And I was watching the game with people and they were complaining the fourth quarter. They're like another commercial. I said the first quarter only got 2 commercial breaks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Raiders answered with a long drive too. They didn't go down and score quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we only broke for 2 commercials. So in the fourth quarter, the broadcast had to make up all those first quarter commercials we didn't get.
Absolutely.
You're right. There was
And
a ton of commercials.
Yeah, and then the fourth quarter, like they would run 2 plays and go to, and finally who I was watching, we said, "Oh my God, another commercial!" And I was like, "They're behind. They did not take the amount of breaks they were supposed to take in that first quarter."
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It was also a very quick game.
Yes.
Like I had over an hour before Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the game
And
here.
that sometimes doesn't happen here. Sometimes I'm lucky to get, 20 minutes before the Sunday Night Football game. Well, I guess everybody. It just feels earlier here because my Sunday Night Football starts at 5:20.
Yeah.
So like sometimes my 1 p.m. game's not done by 5. This one I was like, oh shit, I got an hour to kill.
And it did feel like a fast game. Like it was going quick because
Yeah.
they only had 7 possessions, right? That's all they had. And so it felt like it was going super quickly.
But those 3 possessions are over half the game. 10 minutes,
Right.
9 minutes, 8 minutes, that's 27. And it's
Yeah.
8:54 and 9:43, so that's 28-29. Like
Yeah.
3 plays took up a whole 3 drives took up a whole half.
Yeah, they were flying.
So that clock was ticking like in real time, not football time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think the game here started at 4. And I tell you, I'm pretty sure. Gosh, I think the game, I want to say, ended by like around 6:30, 6:45 my time. So I was like, oh my gosh, I've still got this much time left. Like, what am I going to do with myself? Like, okay, I guess I'll turn the Bears-Packers game on since I've got, because I think by the time our game's over, they're still in the fourth.
Fans should be happy because the Nuggets were playing and the Avalanche were playing, right?
Yeah, so I still got to watch.
They could go they could go.
Yeah, I still got to watch some of the Nuggets game before I switched over to the Sunday night game. And I love living in like the Mountain West time zone because like the Broncos usually play like 2:05, 2:25, depending. And then the Nuggets played that day at 4 was tip off. So I still got to watch a ton of the Nuggets game, which is great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. My other good. Kelly, I know we always talk about there are 3 phases to the game. Marvin
are.
Mims made that third phase absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, I have him too. Mims return game. On kickoffs, he was 2 for 39 yards, which is a 19.5 average. And on his punt return, it was 48 yards and a touchdown. So,
Anytime
yeah.
that we get to say something positive about this special teams, I feel like is great.
Absolutely.
I was so pumped. Like, it was already a short punt. So I was like, okay, we're going to get great field advantage. But then I saw this man keep running and I was like, oh my God, look at him go. So that was so exciting.
Oh, we loved it.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge win.
I'm trying to remember when was the last time Denver had, I think that was the first punt return for a touchdown since 2020 against, I think they said since 2020 against Carolina.
Oh, wow.
It was Mims' first punt return for a touchdown in the pros.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. So now he's got 8 receiving in his career. He has 8 receiving touchdowns, 1 punt return, and 1 kickoff return.
And I love him.
Yes.
I'm a huge Mims supporter.
Kelly Boomer.
Sooner. Yeah. We've been watching Mims for a while. We watched him in college. So we've been waiting because
Oh, that's fun.
Any other goods?
Oh, I got a lot more.
Okay.
I have the commitment to the run opened up the play action pass. That mid-range pass I've been begging for.
Mhm.
Prentice but Harvey led the run game with 17 carries for 75 yards. Prentice got 2 for 22. McLaughlin 4 for 22. Batty 4 for 16. Bidet. Nix 3 for 15. And Mims got 1 carry for 2 yards. So his run game's not as expressive as his return game, but without Dobbins, we went, running back by committee, and that's about 4 yards per carry.
Mhm.
So 2 for 11 is 2 for 22 is 11 yards per carry. 4 for 22 is 5 point something. 4 for 16 is 4. 3 for 15 is 5. I can't do better by 75 in my head.
7 divided by 75. That's what?
It's
10?
4.4.
Okay,
4.4.
Oh, 17 for 75. Gotcha.
You
Yeah.
guys are better at math than I am.
So I mean, a little over 4 yards per carry average, as a whole. And if we run on first down, that's 4 yards. We run on second down, that's 4 yards. We run on third down, that's 4 yards. Oh, look, that's a first down. So,
which is what
impressive.
we've been wanting and begging for, is like get the run game involved into this offense. But like the fact that they waited till now, I'm like, what the heck, Sean Payton? Like, get this run game going.
Meanwhile, since that set up the pass, Bo Nix 31 for 38 for 212 yards. He did take 3 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Which is an oddball stat for him. He's usually better at not taking so many sacks. Seton, leading catcher receiver of the day, 6 for 62. Bryant 4 for 32. Humphrey 3 for 27. Bidet 1 for 5. Harvey 6 for 25. Troutman 2 for 17. Franklin 3 for 11. Mims 1 catch for 5 yards. Prentice 2 for 11. McLaughlin 1 for 9. Ingram 2 for 8. That's an average of 6.8 yards per catch,
which is great.
Absolutely. That's a lot.
Every 2 plays. Go ahead.
I was like, how many different guys was that to? How many guys did you just name right there? My goodness.
11 different receivers.
I was just going to say, like, that's one amazing thing about the Broncos is how many guys that they get involved. So you never know who to expect to have, like, their best game or, like, a great game is because of how many people they get involved every single week. And I think that's a great advantage that the Denver Broncos have, like going week to week, is they just have so many weapons and they just have so many guys to get involved. And I mean, it sucks for like the bettors and like the fantasy players, but I don't care. But it's just so great that they have so many weapons and so many people to use that you could like use anybody at any given week, which is like a great advantage that they have depending on who they're playing.
Absolutely.
So those great yard per catch and yard per carries got us 27 first downs in this game. We were 7 for 12 on third downs and 2 for 3 in the red zone.
Love it.
Nice.
Can't go wrong with that.
No, that's how you win football games.
Exactly. All right. Any goods from you, Steph? Other goods, I should say.
Definitely special teams, because I know special teams has been stressing me the heck out. The running game was a big win for me, which I know we already talked about. Loved the running game. I thought Sean Payton called a great game. I complain a lot about his play calling, but this is 1 week that I did not feel the need to complain as much. And anytime you beat the Raiders, I feel like you can't walk away complaining that much because fuck the Raiders. So those are like my 2 biggest wins. Fuck the Raiders.
Kelly, you're
Never
rubbing off on
play-
Steph there.
You never play a shot game on Raider week before or after Raider week with this podcast where you take a shot every time we say fuck the Raiders because we're going to give you alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
We're all gonna end up dead.
I will add one more good, and it's another Boomer Sooner. Nick Benito had 2 sacks, which adds on to his 12 and a half sacks from the season, which is tied for third in the league, only behind one guy that Bo Nix might see. Bo Nix hopefully won't see this week, and that is Micah Parsons. And
Yeah.
Good old Micah Parsons.
We had four sacks total this game.
Mhm.
That brought our sack total to 55. We are still in the lead as a team by 11.
What's the countdown now? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, the countdown to what?
The countdown to breaking I think it was the Bears sack record in the season.
Theirs was 72. We're not on pace to break it anymore. Like we'd have to get like 6 per game.
Dang.
Those couple games that these last 3 weeks, I mean, Raider week we came up with 4, but the previous 2 weeks where, we really weren't getting after the quarterbacks as much, like it kind of took us off track.
Yeah. And I'm not sure we'll get that many next week.
Yeah. Packers offensive line is it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I mean, I think as long as I'll be happy if we can at least break last year's record.
Same.
I think we were at 52. What was how many are we at this year again? 55?
55. We're at 55.
So we need 8 more to tie and 9 more to break it.
72.
I'm talking about the Broncos.
Yeah.
From last year.
Oh,
I think
okay.
63 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could definitely beat last year's record. That I'm pretty hopeful for.
Okay. Man, I really want the all-time though. I really would like the all-time, but
I would love that too, but I don't think we're getting it this year.
Yeah, it's okay. I think all that matters is that we win the games in front of us.
Yeah.
Which, just to recap real quick, are the Packers. The Jags are at 9-4 right now. We go to the Chiefs on Christmas Day. They are 6-7.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry.
Don't.
I thought about it because
I still don't even know what that is. Like you guys are
it doesn't mean anything.
Made up.
Oh, I'm like
Song where they go, oh, well, I don't know. He's like 6'7", and then someone goes, 6'7". That's it.
I'm not
That's
around a lot of kids. Like I have a godson who's almost 2, But like, he's not
Yeah.
gonna know what that is. Otherwise, I'm like, what the heck does this mean? I'm
It doesn't mean
old.
anything.
When you say it in my class, it means we get 6 or 7 minutes of recess taken away.
Oh,
see.
I need to do that. I need to do that.
See, you both are teachers. You both are around children. Like, I'm around a
Yes.
2-year-old. And
No, yes, the brain rot that's out there and the fact that it reaches
Mm.
my 5-year-olds is disgusting.
I have no idea. I'm too old for this.
Like, I understand when they start talking about Bluey, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Bluey, Bingo.
See, I love
Okay.
Bluey. That's like my
Yeah.
demographic.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking my kids should be, and they come in with the most absurd stuff, and I'm just like, your parents can't know you know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, anyway, back to I'm just happy. My laugh was not about the 6-7. My laugh is because that is the Patrick Mahomes led Chiefs sitting under 500 in December.
Yeah. The Sunday night football game was so good. So good.
You got
Like-
Kelly giddy right here.
The fact that like Travis Kelce was the reason that Patrick Mahomes had that last interception made me so giddy. They played
I love
so
their
bad.
face when they go sit down.
Yeah. Oh my, and then at home in Kansas City, like, oh my God, that was,
It's really hard to go into Arrowhead in December and win.
yeah, give me a goddamn break. Oh my God, it was so good. So good. And they're sitting 10th in the AFC standings right now. So they need like Jesus to help them.
So a little fun thing about that is I've read an article, I think it was today. If they lose to the Chargers and a lot of things go wrong, the Chiefs can be eliminated from the playoffs this weekend.
So we have to cheer for the Chargers.
Yeah, we have to cheer for the Chargers.
Yuck. Okay.
And I think it was like a couple other teams. I can't remember. I think it was like 3 other teams, if I remember correctly. But one of them is going to be tough because I think one of them, I think we have to hope that the Texans win. We have to hope the Colts lose, but that's going to be tough, which I'm going to talk about here in a bit. And then there's like one other. I think it was Jacksonville was the other team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But it's like the Chiefs have to lose, and I think and 3 other teams have to win, and they're out. But if they don't get eliminated, what would make a Broncos fan's ultimate Christmas present would be eliminating the Kansas City Chiefs from the playoffs on Christmas Day.
In Kansas City.
In Kansas City.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Sweeping the Chiefs.
Sweeping the Chiefs would be beautiful.
Our steepest competition for the number 1 seed, of course, is the Patriots. The Bills go to New England. They're 9-4. Then the Patriots go to the Ravens, who are also 6-7. Then the Patriots go to the Jets, who are 3-10, and then the Dolphins come to Foxborough, and they are also 6-7.
So they basically have the potential to win the rest of their season.
I don't know. I think the Bills and Ravens are going to be hard fought wins if they win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Ravens are 9th.
Yes.
And still have a 32% chance of making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And the Colts have 42%. And without a quarterback, I think that percentage is going to drop fairly quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, both. If the Ravens went out, and because if the Chiefs went out, they can still make it. I have a feeling if the Ravens went out, there's still potential for them to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know every scenario that there is, but the Dolphins have less than a 1% chance, but they are above the Bengals, who still have a 1% chance of making it.
Isn't it crazy to think that the Bengals still have a chance considering they lost Joe Burrow in September? Joe Burrow's
Yeah, no.
back now. And now they're like not like mathematically eliminated.
Well, but their division is who?
Ravens, Steelers.
There's Browns.
And the Browns. And the Steelers and the Ravens keep giving first place back to each other like they don't want it.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It just
Every
blows my
week.
mind.
Every week it's like, oh no, you have it. No, that's okay. No, you.
Yeah,
So
they don't care.
if the Bengals go dominate, the NFL does set up the season so that a lot of divisional games are at the end, hoping that they're playoff implication games. And this year, that's how it's working out.
Yeah,
across the board. But the same with the NFC right now has the Rams, the Packers, the Eagles, the Bucks, the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Bears. Lions still have a 53% chance of making the playoffs. Panthers have a 30% chance. The Cowboys are still hanging around with a 6% chance.
Still crazy to me that they're still in it.
Yeah.
Also, and Panthers, at the beginning of the season, if you would have asked me, I would not have said the Panthers.
No, and then the Vikings have less than 1% chance. But they still aren't eliminated with their win.
Yeah.
Two things. I think the Panthers are very happy being on that bye and seeing, oh my gosh, the Saints beat the Buccaneers. We still have a chance to go get the South.
Yeah.
And then two, I'm actually looking at this right now. So this is an estimated 55% analyzed, but there are, as of right now, 25 different scenarios in which Kansas City can be eliminated from the playoffs this weekend.
25?
I kid you not. I'm like scrolling through. I count 1, 2, 3. It like scrolls all the way down, and it's only 55% analyzed. So there could be even more.
Jesus.
It's, but I think, let's see, the simplest one I think was the first one, and it was, so they lose, Buffalo has to win, Jacksonville has to win, and Houston has to win.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still a tight race.
Yeah,
it's definitely not ours yet, or like.
And I broke this down last week, and this is what the NFL wanted with parity. They didn't want people sitting in week 15 going, well, we already know who's going in the playoffs. And for a lot of years, that's what's happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even with the AFC West, like, it's definitely not ours yet. Like, we still have the Chargers.
Yeah.
And we still have to play
they're
them again. 8-4. Like, it's not, the AFC West is not ours to win yet. So it's hard for me to get really excited and be like, yeah, like the Chiefs are out, like we got it. Like there's still like
we still have a little brother.
Right. Like we still have this annoying little brother, the freaking Chargers, that we have to eliminate before we could definitely say, like, yes, it's for sure ours. But at least it's not the Chiefs.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
I think on that note, since we're already talking about scenarios and everything, we'll go run the NFL, but I will throw out Denver. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to add one more thing about the Chiefs.
Go ahead.
I need the football world to stop saying the dynasty is dead.
Yes.
You're going to say it too many times, and it's going to come back and rear its head. Number one, Mahomes is still relatively young, even in football years.
Mahomes is still Mahomes.
He's still an athlete. He is still a competitor. Andy Reid's been coaching as long as I've been watching football. He is still a competitor. This year, with the busted O-line, I think they're out 4 starting linemen. Karma, because they keep hiring criminals, have kind of caught up to them. Kelsey, is getting older and hopefully retiring at the end of the season. But this does not mean that the franchise is going to lay down and die. and everyone going, oh, it's dead. They're not going to crest again. Okay, pump the brakes a little bit, slow your roll, because they're going to regroup.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna, and I've talked about it. It might be a little more difficult because of this, where the salary is sitting. You're gonna have to have players willing to negotiate and restructure. You're gonna have to go find people that look at this year and go, oh no, but they're still the Chiefs. I prefer to be on the Chiefs. And you're gonna have to really look at people like Rice and Juju, who, as TJ Ward said it, they don't do good off the field, and then they're not stepping on the field and even doing their fucking job right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So, you're going to have to make some hard calls. And when you're looking at your coordinators, Andy Reid, you're going to have to take into consideration, as I broke down on another podcast, that you are not coaching in the AFC West of John Fox and Josh McDaniel and who the fuck was the Chargers coach?
Staley.
Yeah, Staley. You are now coaching in a division that's hosting Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, and Harbaugh.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as it was, 7 years ago?
Yeah, your genius, by comparison, maybe dropped a couple rungs. So, are you going to go re-innovate? Are you going to go back to the drawing board? Are you going to, change up your game? So I know there's people that have looked down and said, no, Mahomes has regressed. Mahomes, has gone downhill. That may or may not be true. It may be the talent around him, but this, as soon as they lost, everyone came out and said, oh, the Chiefs are dead. I don't know
Even
that they're
Chiefs
dead.
fans did.
Yeah, I don't know that they're dead. And I just, it's almost like Beetlejuice. If you keep saying it, the monster is going to come back.
My dad even used a metaphor. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, it's almost like having a guy that you think is dead, but then comes back to life. That's Patrick Mahomes. So he told me, he was like, Steph, don't get too excited. We play him in 2 weeks. He's not dead. And I'm like, okay. And my dad's my voice of reason. He's
right.
The one that brings me back down to life. And I'm like, okay.
Right. It's a thriller movie trope.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, he's dead. And then you go on your big monologue, and then, he reaches for the gun and double taps you instead. So, I mean, but even if they lose out this season, I don't think the whole Kansas City organization is just going to decide, okay, we're all done.
No, they're not going to rebuild. They still have plenty of pieces within their team and their coaching staff to keep being a top team in the AFC. They're not going anywhere. They're not the Raiders.
Right.
They're not the Browns. They're still going to be a top contender. So it's not worth us diminishing them.
By yesterday morning, about the 8th podcast, that was like, it's all over for the Chiefs. I'm like, oh my God, stop saying it. It not this year. Yes, I don't, they can still beat us on Christmas Day, if for pride, if nothing else.
Especially at home.
If there's 25 ways that they can get eliminated, there's a handful of ways they can still freaking make the damn playoffs, and I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
No.
So just
and I don't want to see Taylor Swift, and I'm a Swiftie. So I don't need to see her.
So just all around, all the news, all the analysts, all the talking heads, that the legacy is over. Just shit.
We don't want to hear that right now. Not yet.
Well, it's not true yet.
It's not. Yeah, it's not true yet. We don't want to hear it because it's not true yet.
Now, this does lead, as much as I hate it, it does give Patriot fans. I'm decoding with my littles, and so I'm over pronouncing sounds, and so that they learn how to hear them. Patriots, because as much as I hate it, they're right. Tom Brady would never.
No.
Bill Belichick would never.
I hate them.
I can't fucking stand them. But yeah, when they're like, we don't want to hear Mahomes and Brady in the same sentence
Like
anymore.
dynasty, like bullshit. Yeah.
Well, because everyone started naming Mahomes the GOAT before Brady had even retired.
Yeah.
And, Patriots got all up in arms and was like, the GOAT is still playing. You're not beating our GOAT. And they do have a point. Except the year Brady was hurt and did not play, Belichick and Brady and the crew did not.
I hate
go
giving
under
Patriot
500.
fans credit. They're the worst. I know a couple. They suck.
But,
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on.
What? Oh gosh, even now I'm coming up with things. I saw somewhere on Twitter, and this is the whole like pump the brakes on. Oh, the Chiefs dynasty's over. Someone had mentioned that Patrick Mahomes is starting to get that. I think they said that Russell Wilson kind of did downfall right now.
It's not
And
that
it's like,
bad.
guys, it's like no, it's one season.
It's 1 year.
No.
It's
And
one
I
season
hate
where
him.
he lost
I
his
hate
own
the
line.
guy.
Yes,
But I can sit back and like get rid of my bias for a second and think like, okay, I can respect him as a football player and think like he's really good. Like he deserves like the accolades and the credit, whatever. He is not at the Russell Wilson level. Like that is a stupid comparison to give that man.
He's not on his fourth team.
No. He's not a backup. He's not a backup quarterback pretending to be a captain. He hasn't been bitched.
He's not a backup.
No.
He's still the starting quarterback. And the ones that said, oh, in this season he did this, and in this season he did this, that's fine. But and there's a lot to be said that I complained for years that the Chiefs weren't really very good, but they had this mystique about them that you almost mentally beat yourself before you went and physically got beat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, maybe the mystique is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But one down year is not enough to decide. I do find it, and then there's last year I broke down all the calls they got, and the season before that, all the calls they were getting, and all their big comeback wins have a big penalty that assists them.
Yeah.
Which sucks. And then, that cheating scandal broke, and now the Chiefs don't get the calls. So if next season continues where the Chiefs kind of don't get the calls that they're used to getting, and they continue to struggle, it's going to feed into that narrative. But I in no way think because they have one down year with so many linemen out, the fact they did start their year because they keep hiring criminals without their full roster, then, they weren't set up for success this year.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
But, if they go restructure contracts, make some pickups in the offseason, do well in the draft, because, they're going to draft earlier than they have in a long time.
Which is glorious.
Yeah.
Do well in the draft and, get a mental break a little bit, and they come back to it. And especially if the coaching staff and front office admit, hey, we're facing Carroll and Peyton and Harbaugh, we got to up our game, and they find some ways to do that. We've not seen the last of Andy Reid and these Chiefs.
No, it's not fair for us to sit back and be like, oh, the Chiefs are done. Like, That's
But
it.
everyone, I mean, every TikTok I open, the Chiefs are. You
I've
guys are
seen
going
so
to
many
make.
Chiefs fans be like, "Oh, it's time for a rebuild. I'm done." And I'm like, "Okay, you guys,
Bandwagon.
like you have one season where you're not
Bandwagon,
winning
yeah.
the West and you guys are freaking giving up. Like, you guys are idiots. Like, I hate all of you guys. You guys popped in to be a Chiefs fan the last 5 years and they were winning, and now they're not. And you guys are up in arms like bitching. Like, you guys cannot handle being a fan of any other team. Any other team. Like, it's bullshit.
I love what everyone's saying. They're going back and getting their Patriots jerseys.
Yeah. Yeah, now that the Patriots are like on the verge of being the number 1 seed, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
All the Chiefs fans are going back to their Patriot jerseys.
Yep, they're flip-flopping.
Yeah, I saw TikTok. It was an AI video, but it's like Chiefs fans when their team's going down, they like pull up this suitcase and they open it and in pops out a Drake May jersey.
Yeah, isn't it weird how that's happening though? Like, down are the Chiefs, but up come the Pats. I don't like it.
We just cannot see. It's either the Patriots are good and the Chiefs are bad, or the Chiefs are good and the Patriots are bad. Like, can both just be bad for once?
I know. So dumb.
But it is what it is.
Yep.
Now I'm ready to move on.
Okay.
So we'll go around the NFL. All right, so the playoff scenarios. So going into the game against the Green Bay Packers, before we go around the NFL, Denver has 7 ways they can clinch a playoff berth. Unfortunately, because the Chargers beat the Eagles on Monday night, they cannot win the AFC West this weekend. But Denver, the first one, it's just plain and simple. You just got to beat the Packers and you're in.
Winning in, baby.
Winning in. And that's the way I like it to be. You win your game and you're in. That's
Yeah.
It was like, what was it? It was I can't remember I think it was when they were playing we need the Eagles to beat the Chargers. Like, just win the games in front of you. We can't rely on other teams to get wins. So, especially with Jalen Hurts turning the ball over 5 times. Which my funniest thing about TikTok is that there's like this big Eagles fan who said during the Chiefs Cowboys game, said like, this is why Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott. He doesn't turn the ball over. Guess what happened Monday night?
He turned the ball over twice in one play.
Twice in one play, yep.
And I was watching the Monsters Inc. like version of the game, and it was so funny because they showed like Sully, like he intercepted the ball and then he fumbled the ball, and it was just so cute to watch it like in a cartoon version. So I can't imagine how it looked like as like a human version.
It was hilarious. The other ways Denver can get in is if they, and I know Kelly doesn't like this word, TIE. But then
Un-American.
Yes, un-American. That happens, and then either Indy, Houston, the Chargers, or the Jaguars lose.
That's a lot.
Or
That's a lot. It's one of those 4. Like the Broncos, TIE.
all the other 3 can win. Just one of them need to lose.
Yeah, just one of them needs to lose.
Damn.
Well, the Packers already have a tie this year.
Yeah, they do have a tie this year.
Un-American.
It is.
I'm sorry. I said
America's team.
I said the TI. Oh, I'm surprised no one knew that.
Un-American.
Yeah, it was like week 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly, but it was like very early on in the season that they TIE'd against Dallas.
It's like America's team TIE'd. Totally un-American.
Yeah, it was
Un-American.
stupid.
They are
game.
not
It was a stupid
America's
game.
team.
No, I agree, but it was a stupid game.
And then the other 2 situations are if Houston loses and Indy loses, or TIEs, or Houston TIEs and Indy loses.
So basically, we just have to win.
Yeah, the simple part is just beat Green Bay. Don't worry about
And
these other
everybody else
teams.
lose. And
Yeah.
everybody else lose.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's all the scenarios for Denver.
Well, we're undefeated at home.
Yes. So that bodes well, which I have an interesting stat about this game when we get to the preview, which was it kind of swayed me into who I'm going to pick for this game. Because history tends to repeat itself. But let's go around the NFL now.
Okay.
So Steph, I think yours and mine kind of intertwines. Mine was that Daniel Jones is out for the season, and who's Indy calling up to try to help them out to get to the playoffs, hopefully?
Philip Rivers.
Who cannot listen to our podcast because he does not cuss.
I know. So I have this weird thing with Philip Rivers. Everyone thinks I love him because I get so excited when I hear news about him. But he's just one of those quarterbacks that I hate so much that I love to hear stuff about him because it's just so funny. And we have a family friend. He's my dad's best friend. Who's a huge Chargers fan. And his nickname is Philip. Like his real name is Isaac, but I call him Philip because he's a Chargers fan. And I was like, you're so annoying. Like your name is Philip. And so everyone in our life calls him Philip because of Philip Rivers. But I love Philip Rivers because of how weird and obnoxious and stupid this man is. And I cannot believe that at 44 years old and as a grandfather and as a father of like 12,000 children, the Indianapolis Colts brought him in to join their practice squad. Like, was there no one else available?
See, that's what I was thinking too. It's like, so Daniel Jones is out. Anthony Richardson still on IR. Your third string quarterback has a knee injury who he might play, he might not play. You're looking all around and you land on Philip Rivers, who has been retired for 5 years, 44 years old, is a grandfather.
Yeah.
What's going on? What kind of NFL world are we living in?
And they're not like completely out of playoff contention. It's not like they're eliminated, like they're almost eliminated. Like they still have somewhat of a chance. So like pull someone in that gives you somewhat of a chance. And they thought, oh, I'm going to bring in dodgummit fucking Philip Rivers. Like, I want to know what made them think that this was like their best option.
Well, apparently, and I think I might have said this earlier, that, oh, hold on, Kelly wants to say something. Go ahead.
I know. So one, we forget, but he played for Indy for a while.
He did.
Two, he is coaching the local high school team.
Probably one of his kids.
Guess who he talks to every week about that offense.
Oh my God, who?
I think I know, but go ahead and say it.
The offensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh,
Shane Steichen.
And guess what offense Philip Rivers runs?
The Shane Steichen offense.
Yes. So who else would you call who already knows your playbook that's already played in your team?
I feel like I'm in a Ghostbuster movie, but go ahead.
But Philip Rivers.
He's 44 years old. There's no way that this man is conditioned to play NFL football.
Now, I don't know if that's true because I've seen older. I mean, I would say Shannon Sharps is still conditioned.
Oh, he's a different breed.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. They worked him out. They signed him to the practice squad. That's just how it is. I am with you. I don't like Philip Rivers because he was a division rival for many, many years. He was the competition. So, but oh my God, I need him mic'd up because I need the Saints. Like, he aggravates the stew out of me. And all day, I'm here all day. I need the clean trash talk back on the mic'd up because it cracks me up.
Imagine him and Bo Nix, because Bo Nix also doesn't cuss. Like, that is gold. I love
So,
Bo Nix, obviously.
Yes,
but
I now need an AFC championship game of Phil Rivers versus Bo Nix.
yes, this is
Ooh.
exactly what we need.
2 words, absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema.
To be fair, he only has 10 children.
I thought it was only 10?
It's only 10.
Oh, okay. Still a lot. Oh
I mean, his whole team can
And-
build a football team, honestly.
The
whole
grandchild is
family.
from the oldest daughter who's in her 20s has the grandchild.
Okay.
So, you know,
my mom is one of 12, so like I have zero business making fun of people that have this many kids. But I cannot imagine even having one kid, yet alone 10.
No, and they have the money, they have the resources to support them all. 2, they have stayed together, and you don't hear any drama.
Yeah.
Right? You don't ever hear, oh, Philip Rivers, was seen in Vegas with the strippers, and then his poor wife's at home with 6 kids on her hip. I just don't know, I just harken back to Tom Brady and, fuck them kids. And, Philip Rivers been home 5 years, and Indy calls and he's like, yeah, fuck these kids. I gotta go. So I'm sure that's not how it went, because Philip Rivers' children his older children are significantly older. Like, they're not in the house anymore. Versus, Brady's kids were still in elementary school. So he, it's funny. I saw the headline and I was like, that can't be right. Google's drunk.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. And I said to my dad, and my dad was like, that's not true. So I looked into it a little bit more, and I was like, Dad, like, this is real. And I sent it to our friend who I call Philip. And I was like, look, your boy's coming back to the NFL. And he's like, that's not real. So, like, everyone that I talked to about it literally did not believe it. Like, that's just how this news, like, shocked so many people.
I don't know. And it's going to start all the conversation, where's Kaepernick? How come Cam Newton can't come back? And I'll tell you why Cam Newton come back, because he didn't dive on footballs. Is somebody else out there? Maybe, but he has stayed in contact with those coaches. He talks to them every week. He played for them. That's who they called.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it plays out. So it's kind of funny. It's weird.
So weird.
It's weird. Everybody's saying, oh, well, Philip Rivers can come back. Brady's got more in him. And so help me God, if Brady comes back to football,
Lord help us if that man ever comes back to football. I'm going to need a lot more money for my alcohol consumption.
One little tidbit about all that, and I think I mentioned this to both of you, I think before we were on, is I think before the whole Philip Rivers thing started, after the Daniel Jones injury happened, which I'm going to discuss here in a bit, Indy actually called up Sam Ehlinger and his agent, who, if you all know, Sam Ehlinger is the Broncos' current 3rd quarterback and practice squad guy. And it's like, hey, Sam, would you like to come back to Indy? They talked for 2 days. And I may be paraphrasing here, but I think Sam Ehlinger said, nah, I think I want to go to a team that has a real chance at winning the Super Bowl.
See? Longhorns, once they get out of Texas, aren't as stupid as they are when they're in Texas.
I love the loyalty. Like, I love that. Like, you had a chance to potentially be a starting quarterback with an NFL team, and you're like, nah, like, I want to stay here and be the 3rd string.
But again, that's someone who knows the organization.
Yeah.
So maybe his experience wasn't as nice as Philip Rivers. He hasn't stayed in contact with the offensive coordinator and talked to him every week about their offense. And it's also, do you like where you are now?
Yeah.
And do you burn that bridge? Do you burn that bridge? And because Indy is set, as much as I hate to say it, Indy is kind of set to implode.
Yeah.
You know, and I've talked about this a couple times this season. I don't know that I would ever step in to be interim coach of a shitty team.
Yeah.
If a head coach has fucking sank this team, that he's getting fired before the end of the season, and they're like, oh, hey, Cal, you've always wanted to be coach. You come be interim coach. I think I'd be like, nah, I'm going to stay in my lane right here, and you put somebody else in front of that firing squad.
Yeah.
And you know that may be what he's thinking too. Like, I'm not about to go steer that ship; it's sinking,
Yeah.
and I don't have a wetsuit. So, you know, I'm cool right here. And you know, you can holler at me when it gets a little more fixed than it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think another thing about the whole Indy situation as well is they were trying to go all in. Like, they gave up 2 first-round picks to go get Sauce Gardner. And the way that this team is downward trajectory is going down now, the Jets are going to get a good mid-round first-round pick, at least this upcoming year. And then next year, depending on what happens on what the Colts do, that trade to have Sauce Gardner go to the Colts might end up propelling the Jets to getting hope. Of course, this is going to be like a whole, we're not sure it's going to happen because the Jets are going to jet at some point.
Right.
But it's shaping up for them to look really good out of this trade.
But it was just unfortunate that like the Indy downfall only happened because of like injuries.
Yes.
Like, I definitely, like, I'm not an Indy fan, like, they're AFC, like, whatever. But, like, seeing them, like, succeed, like, a good chunk of the season, like, didn't super upset me until I got to the point that I was like, oh, shit, like, we're going to potentially be fighting them for, like, the number 1, number 2 seed. But, like, just seeing, like, their sort of downfall now, like, late in the season happen because of injuries, like, I hate to see that happen to any team. Unless you're a team I genuinely hate, then I do. But like that, it just sort of sucks to see it happen to, like, I like Sauce. Like, he's like a player that I've always like sort of liked. So that's unfortunate. But you're right, like the Jets are gonna jet. So like it's gonna be very interesting to see how that happens.
This is why I strongly believe in karma, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the Indy had luck.
Yeah.
And they burned their bridge with Peyton Manning to get luck.
Yeah.
And then they never built the right team around luck, and luck kept getting hurt.
And then look what happened to us.
Yes. And then, so, you know, I think this is Luck's karma coming back to Indy going,
Yeah.
Not so fast. So, I mean, really, you know, I don't know. There's part of me that's like, Indy should have known it wasn't going to be that simple.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Absolutely.
And I am always, as long as what's her name is in charge of the Colts.
I can't remember. I think it's
she's an Ursay, isn't she?
Yeah, she's an Ursay. Yeah. There's a little part of me that's gonna want them to be successful.
Yeah, because I love her. I love her.
Yeah.
I want to be her when I grow up.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I love her.
Carly is Ray Gordon.
Yeah,
Carly. It is Carly. I was gonna say Carly, but I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So yeah.
Yeah, I think she's amazing.
I love the fact that she, like, even when you saw in the Broncos game, like, she was on the sidelines, headset and everything.
I think she's there every game with like her headset and like her little notepad, like making notes. Like, she's who I wanted to be when I was like 8 years old. So I just have a special place for her in my heart.
Yeah, because the only other one in my lifetime was her name Georgina? She owned the Rams for a while.
Wasn't there was a Virginia, I think, that owned the Bears, wasn't there too?
Oh yeah, she just recently passed away, like a year
Yeah.
or two ago.
Oh, she didn't really own, she never ran them. Her husband ran them.
Yeah.
And he died first, and so she owned them, but she
didn't do much for them.
She didn't do. I mean, they got the Bears back when, you know, she would have stayed home with the kids cooking dinner every night. She wasn't a part of the organization. She just was married to the owner who died. I mean, because her name's on they're wearing her patch this year.
Gotcha.
But God, was her name Georgina? She owned the Rams for the same reason. She married the owner. The owner died. She was the wife. But she would show up and she'd have the fur coat. She had the bleach platinum blonde, you know, curls down here, and she'd have the diamonds on because she had a lot of money. And so she'd show up there. But I much prefer Carly on the sideline because she's doing something in the organization.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I love her.
So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw something here real quick. I just happened because I was looking up for Carly's name. So because we're on the subject of Philip Rivers, do you guys remember Sylvester Williams from the Broncos?
Yes.
Sure.
He just tweeted out, "Hey Broncos, I hear the old heads are back in style. Philip Rivers ain't the only one who's still in shape."
Ah, that's funny.
It's like when you hear a 44-year-old quarterback got signed, so you call the Broncos.
See, anything is possible. We could literally bring back anybody.
Absolutely. But a little note on Daniel Jones. In the first quarter, he tore his Achilles, which Kelly and I were talking about it. It didn't seem like it was a full tear because you said he was still walking on it. Or
well, he did. He walked out. I mean, I have to give a shout out to, you know, Ron, because he had the hilarious tweet. He said, "You really couldn't cart him off the field in Florida? You couldn't find a golf cart in Florida to get him off the field?" And I was like, I am laughing not at the injury, but at the fact that you are right, because I guarantee Florida has the highest golf cart per capita.
Oh yeah,
funny.
Shout out,
but yeah, he walked
Greco.
off. Yeah, so it's just, but he did limp off, and if it's completely ruptured, if it's completely torn, then you can't walk on it. You can't. It won't bear weight.
Right.
So yeah, we went back and forth where he's like, "Oh, you know, it's this," and I was like, "I don't know. He's walking. Let's see what the MRI shows." And so that, you know, it's still, you know, that he's out for a while, and recovery will be hard and take dedication. So, you know, but it's not as bad as it could be because he did walk off.
And it was a no contact injury, right? Like no one.
Yeah, no one was around him.
Yeah. I hate those injuries.
But that's what, you know, the Achilles heel. I mean, that's where that comes from, because sometimes it's out of nowhere, that thing will get you and then it just never goes away.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
absolutely. All right, Kelly, what do you have for around the NFL?
Okay. We have bitched a lot about the refs this season. We bitched about them in our game, but I've said it is a problem around the league. The fuck New York gonna call in and take away Likely's touchdown?
I love
the Steelers.
Sorry, I just love the fact that you like got close to the camera just to tell us that.
You're passionate.
How the fuck? How the someone sitting in New York decided that the receiver having control and 2 feet in the end zone suddenly is not enough for a touchdown? The fuck, NFL? Who the president? This is his fucking title. The NFL Vice President of Instant Replay.
That's a thing?
That's a thing.
The vice president, not the fucking president, the vice president of instant replay, not the vice president of the NFL, not the vice president of rules, not the vice president of anything that matters, but the vice president of instant replay. That's a fucking business card. He says, not the rule book,
He said.
not the NFL that's been around, the current NFL that's been around since 1960, but the fucking NFL that was before that, not all the fucking touchdowns before there was an NFL and only college people were playing it in the 1800s. But he says there has to be a third step.
What the?
That's not in the
Win.
rules.
That's not in the rules.
That's not in the rules. Unless
was-
I don't know football, and I know football.
I fucking hate the Steelers. I'm still reliving Bill Romanowski spitting on a dude.
Yeah, that's not in the rules.
A third step in the end zone. In the end zone. When have you needed? People touch the ball in the end. You score a touchdown with no feet in the goddamn end zone. If you've got possession of the ball over the fucking play, you don't have to have feet in the end zone.
Yes.
And this motherfucker's gonna call where the game was in Baltimore.
Yes.
Yes, it was in Baltimore.
This motherfucker, the vice president of instant replay, sitting in New York, is gonna call fucking Baltimore and overturn a touchdown because suddenly he decides there has to be a third fucking step when there doesn't even have to be a zone.
See, this right here is what I wish I could do for Fit to be tied, because I can't get as upset with something as much as Kelly gets upset with NFL refs.
That's good though. The world needs this.
If the ball breaks the plane, it's a touchdown. Yes?
Yes.
The fucking tush push, the jumping over the huddle, the quarterback sneaks. That ball only has to break, and only a part of the ball, not even the whole fucking ball. It just has to get over the plane. The person doesn't even have to get into the end zone, correct?
Correct.
And a catch is possession and 1 foot or 1 foot and a body part or 2 feet, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
So how the fuck is the vice president of instant replay going to decide you need a third step in the end zone?
This man better count his days because Kelly's coming after him.
I'm gonna find the vice president of who would take a job title called the vice president of instant replay? What the fuck are you vice president of?
Instant replay.
And who the fuck is the president? Where's the president? Where's the Congress of instant replay? There has got to be checks and balances to this bullshit.
Oh, that's funny.
Come on, man. It's just officiating just makes blatant errors. They're just out and out errors. They're just wrong. And it's not that they can't be human and they can't be wrong. And I know the game moves fast, and that's why I really hate slow-mo instant replay, because that's not what it looked like to the guy standing there. And I feel like that's unfair. But
Yeah.
every fucking year, there are and more, there are plays like this that affect the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
And now it's not a guy standing there that can try to say, this is what I saw.
It's the instant replay, guys.
It's some dude sitting in New York. You don't even know if he's got his fucking glasses on. That gets the call and go, oh, no. There's a third step required for the touchdown. And the officials on the field can't say anything. Because he's the vice president of instant replay.
It's the job title.
And there's no, and it just leads to the accusations of bias. And there's just, and there's no accountability for the refs. And the thing with the call coming in from New York, when the refs said yes, the booth confirmed it because all scoring plays are reviewed. The announcers go, oh, yeah, sure, that's a touchdown. And they're ready to go to commercial. And now suddenly you got the vice president of instant replay on the fucking phone. You have fucked up the whole flow of the game.
If we took a shot every time you said vice president of instant replay, we'd be drunk.
I could not believe that was the job title. He's not like vice president of rule. I mean, like, I'm
gonna look up the job title and see if I can apply for this job tomorrow.
Yeah, if I just had to sit back and watch a game and go, oh shit, no, fuck, I don't want the Ravens to win. Hold on, let me make some shit up real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can
fucking job.
qualified.
The Broncos are never gonna lose a fucking game again.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I'm qualified. I'm gonna apply for it.
Since they're, oh wait, hold on. Patrick Mahomes has 2 socks on. That shit ain't right.
Yeah.
All right. Kelly was so passionate about this. I'm actually looking back at the replay, and I actually do agree. From
he has possession.
Yeah,
and he takes 2 steps.
He takes 2 steps, and by the time the third step almost hits, is when the ball comes out.
Interesting.
It's like the whole Des Bryant. What's a catch?
That in the end zone. The end zone does not need the football move because it's the end zone. The ball has broken the plane in possession. That's a touchdown. Period. That's why I keep going back to the church push and stuff. Those people don't even make it into the end zone sometimes. How many times have you seen someone just go like this and it's a touchdown? They're not in the end zone. So where does this rule come from that you suddenly need a third fucking step? And how many times have you seen someone barely tap and then get pushed out of bounds and it's still a touchdown?
Yeah.
The ball hits the pylon. It's a touchdown. There is no third step necessary for a touchdown. Possession over the plane is a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Grass is green. Like, I don't understand.
All right. Motion to make a Fitzby Kelly instead of Fitzby tied. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, it's officiating has been just really bad.
Right.
Especially this season.
Yeah.
I admit a lot. Football takes up a lot of my life. I'm very passionate about it. And football truths are true.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot, I don't care if you're the vice president of instant replay, you cannot make my truths lies.
Totally.
Kelly, so maybe we'll have a football don't lie moment with the Steelers soon.
Yes. And it's not even the Steelers' fault. The Steelers didn't challenge. The Steelers aren't coming out saying, well, of course it wasn't a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The DB thought it was a touchdown.
Right.
It's not even the Steelers' fault. It's whoever the vice president of instant replay is.
Shot.
Yeah. Everyone take a shot.
Oh my God, he needs investigated.
Oh, it happens. Anything else for you, Kelly?
No.
She said that's enough.
That's enough.
Did you really want me to find a second story?
I mean, you might as well kept going. Let's see how much this passion we can get out of you now.
Well, you're gonna get a lot when it comes to my game of the week. So
Oh yes, absolutely. All right, so I have one more story for around the NFL. So for those that were around the 2010s, might know cornerback named Quentin Jammer. Broncos fans might know him because he was a rival with the Chargers. A story came out the other day. On Monday, Quentin Jammer admitted in 2011 there were 8 games during that season that he played while he was intoxicated.
Wow.
what's he mean by intoxicated?
Alcohol.
Okay.
Like he was drunk. He admitted to he mentions sorry. I wrote this very small for some odd reason. I'm not sure why. Out of the 8 games, there's only one that you could really tell that he really was drunk. Every other time, like he said, like one game he played a great game while he was drunk, and another one he just played absolute like dog shit. His word, his kind of words. I kind of paraphrase a little bit. During that 2011 season, it was the only time outside of his rookie year and his final year that he didn't record an interception. Huh. I wonder why.
He couldn't see the ball.
Yeah. There was one tweet.
Oh, he was seeing 3 of them, so he's aiming for the wrong one.
There was one he did mention like was like there's some times that he couldn't. I think the one game that he played bad, he couldn't. I think he like saw those 3 balls and couldn't tell which one it was. So, but it kind of ties in a little bit to. He said the reason like why it was happening, like he was in the midst of a divorce, and he just like he was struggling inside, and so that was his way like to cope with everything that was going on, which I guess kind of inexperience. I would not say alcohol is the best way, but I know people have used it to cope in that situation. Yeah. And he even mentioned football players deal with life problems also. Like if you go on his Twitter, like he went on this whole like I think it was like a 5 to 8 tweet not tirade, but like a discussion of like how things were going. And for me, it was kind of sad that he was 1 dealing with that, and 2 that it got to the point where he had to resort to that in a sense. But I can kind of it's weird. I can understand why he resorted to it, but in the same time, like you're playing a football game. How could you imagine playing 8 games while drunk is gonna be beneficial?
Yeah.
But
it's like hard to know how people feel and how people like deal with how people deal with their own feelings.
Absolutely.
Like I could look from the outside and be like, dude, like there's better ways to cope. But like I don't know what he's dealing with. Maybe there's not better ways to cope for him. So
yeah, exactly.
I can't be like, nope, do better. Maybe that was the best outlet and the best way.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate the fact that he's transparent and like getting on social media or getting on the world and telling us like what he went through and dealt with. Cause like I can't imagine that being easy, especially in this day and age. Like anything you see on social media, someone has an opinion.
Yeah, it was he mentioned and I'm gonna kind of like give a shout out a little bit here because back in November there's this thing called Movember where like it's like you're talking about men's mental health and things like that by doing these various things. It kind of resided with me a little bit in a sense because, like you said, like maybe there wasn't a way he could cope. There was maybe some things that he was struggling with mentally, and just he mentioned in one of his tweets was that he thinks that men have to like act all tough and things like that because if they show like any moment of weakness, it proves that they're this, that, and another thing.
Yeah.
And so I kind of related with him in that sense because I can kind of understand why he felt like he had to go that path. Like that was his best way to cope.
Mhm.
Granted, not the best way to cope, but I can understand why he coped because maybe there was no other way he could cope except for with alcohol.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that he was able to finally have, and I don't even want to say courage, that, like you said, that he was transparent enough to say, come back almost 15 years later and say, hey, I did this in 8 games. And I want it to be known that there are things that football players and even men struggle with. And sometimes they can't talk about it. So they have to find ways to cope.
Yeah.
So that's all I kind of want to say about it, because there's not a whole lot of, it was a basically 5, 6, 7 tweet thing that he revealed. So for those of you who are interested, go find Quentin Jammer on X or Twitter, whatever it is that you call it. And you can kind of read like his backstory as to, I don't think he goes into full detail, but and he also does like reply to some of the guys who, oh my gosh, just some of the accounts that replied to him, like giving like his side of it. So good for him for being transparent. Not the best way to cope, but I can understand why he coped in that way.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's all I've got for around the NFL. So Steph, we normally do a game of the week where we pick one game outside the Broncos game that fans should be focused in on. Normally I would let you go first.
Okay.
But I have a feeling, because I know what weekend this is, I'm gonna let Kelly go first.
No. I'm going last.
Okay, well, let's go last.
You guys you guys didn't pick my game, so you guys can go first.
Well, I have my game picked.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay. I liked the Packers and the Bears game. Wait, we're picking from like the past week, right?
This upcoming week.
Oh, this upcoming week. Well, shoot.
If not our game, what game?
Well, now I can't go. I'm not ready.
I'll give you time to get ready.
Ty. Go ahead, Ty. You go.
I went with Bills and Patriots. So there's 3 scenarios in which 3 teams can get into the playoffs this week. One of those happens to be the New England Patriots. They actually have 2 paths. They can clinch a playoff berth, which they would have to win, and then there's a couple other things. But it also kind of ties in because if they happen to beat and this is going to hurt me because I don't think I've had to say this for a long time on this podcast. If the Packers, Jesus, right, team. If the Patriots beat the Bills on Sunday, the Patriots will clinch the AFC East.
Yuck.
Right? Again. It's been like what, 5 years? But
that wasn't long enough.
It wasn't that long ago.
Aren't
but
there other teams in that division? Jeez.
I mean, right now it's only the Patriots and the Bills. The Dolphins are like, we're gonna be mediocre, and the Jets are. Oh wait, what? The season's still going on. Okay, we'll keep going.
We're a football game.
We're a football team. Okay, sure. But the Bills, I think the Bills now are. Hold on. I'm going to knock on wood like 5,000 multiple times because I'm just hoping for the best. The Bills, I think, are going to be better this time around than they were when they played the Patriots like back in September, I think is what it was.
I feel like Bills are so wishy-washy. Like one week they're like
Yeah.
top-notch Josh Allen Bills, and then the next week, like, I don't know who the hell they are.
The Cleveland Brown Bills.
Yes.
They're inconsistent.
Right.
Yet
So
they are not
inconsistent.
called frauds.
What's that?
I said, yet they are not called frauds.
Yeah, because they have Josh Allen, MVP.
And that's gotten them
Where?
what?
Exactly.
I like Josh Allen though. I mean, I'm not bashing
Yeah.
Josh Allen. I'm bashing the culture of the NFL and where one man's inconsistency is another man's fraud.
They should have went to
That's
the Super
fair.
Bowl the Bills should have went to the Super Bowl last year. I'm just gonna say that right now.
They should have.
They should have.
But fucking refs, dude.
Okay, I have my game now.
Okay. That was all
Okay.
I had. Go ahead.
I
Your
was trying to find my stat, but I think I remember it. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan.
Okay.
Like, I love
Fair.
Joe Burr, but I just love Joe Burrow as a quarterback. So, my game of the week is the Bengals and the Ravens, because I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. How it's insane that the Bengals, like, what is it, like 4-9, 4-10, still have a chance at being in the playoffs, but they still have like a stupid chance at winning their division.
Yep.
So if they beat the Ravens and then like 4 teams lose, so it's like really stupid. But if they beat the Ravens Sunday, they still have a chance at winning their division. And I just think it's insane that this team that lost like 6 games in a row, Joe Burrow comes off this stupid injury of turf toe, like 3 weeks ahead of schedule, can come out, win Sunday, have a chance at their division, and then still have a chance at the playoffs. Like, to me, that just blows my mind. So I think that's a really like insane game, an important game to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that game between the Bengals and the Ravens, I feel like is gonna be like peak, like December playoff like atmosphere.
Yeah. And like they came pretty close at beating Josh Allen and the Bills until like the 4th quarter, when like freaking Joe Burrow just had stupid interceptions, which is not like him.
Like he threw one interception, like the pick 6 he had, and then like the very next throw he had was an interception.
Yes, and I was so mad because I was like, Joe, that's not like you. But like the Ravens are a little inconsistent, so like I feel like the Bengals have a chance. So I don't know. I feel
Well,
like
especially if the vice president of instant replay calls in again.
You're not wrong. So let's see if he's watching the game.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. The game that Kelly knew for sure that none of us were going to pick.
Hey, the game that I picked, and those longtime listeners will know. Oh yeah, it is Army Navy week. Go Army, beat Navy. On Saturday continues the game that started on November 29th, 1890, even before the NFL. It is iconic and full of very deep traditions. This year's game is in Baltimore. It used to always be in Maryland, but you know they've started moving it around lately. It's back in Baltimore this year. Army is paying tribute to 250 years of service. The 3rd Infantry Division, which are known and nicknamed the Dog-Faced Soldiers, they are the foot soldiers of World War II. It kind of started as an insult because they wore dog tags and they lived in pup tents, and so they kind of got this name, Dog-Faced Soldiers. But it really is a badge of honor. Navy uniforms will be marble with streaks of purple to signify the sacrifice for Purple Heart families. Navy, meanwhile, is paying tribute to the 6 original frigates. That's how they say it, frigates. Frigates. And Old Ironsides, the USS Constitution. Those 6 original frigates were ships built to protect the American merchant ships way back in 1794. Their names are the United States, the Constellation, the Constitution, Congress, the Chesapeake, and the President. Ironsides, of course, is the oldest commissioned warship still afloat. It's from the War of 1812, where Britain's cannonballs just bounced off it like it was nothing. Because not only does defense win championships, defense like that wins wars. Navy will also have the rope details, and all the fonts on the uniforms will match those on the country's founding documents. Going into this game, Navy is 9-2. They are favored by 6 points. Army is 6-5. This game will, because Air Force is out of it, will decide the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. Navy's quarterback Blake Horineth is a dual threat. He has over 1,000 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns. Navy is averaging 33 points a game. So those of you that always come back at me and go, Kelly, the game was 6-9. Okay, Navy's averaging 33 points a game this season. Army's bringing defense like always. They are second in the AAC, only allowing 22.5 points per game. Both teams ranked in the top 3 nationally in the run game, so it's still going to be a very run-heavy game. The game's 3 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Tune in early, see the prisoner exchange, and all the other fun stuff before the game.
Nice.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is one game that Kelly and I tend to text each other back and forth every year. That's not a Broncos game.
We've watched it in person together twice.
I don't think we watched Army and Navy together in person. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
we were.
We were in
at
Colorado. In Colorado. Duh.
Yeah, at Stoney's, and Army won, and we got to see. We watched it with Army Navy people.
Yes, we did.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was at the Sooners bar. But they transitioned it to the Army Navy.
It was the Army Navy game. It was the Army bar it was Army Navy bar. But one room was Army, one was Navy. We sat in Army because I am go Army, and the Black Knights, and Army won.
They did. I think it was overtime too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that one I do remember being really good. That was a really good game.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So maybe one day we'll have to go to the stadium wherever they play it and watch. Unless do they allow other fans to watch it?
I don't know, because I know the bottom section is all Army Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know the families come, and then I know the secret. Biden never went to the Army Navy game. Trump tends to go, and so then there has to be security and things like that. I'm not sure if tickets are for sale to civilians. I have looked up the dates. My only problem, it is always on the East Coast, this, the second weekend in December, and it tends to be cold. And unless one of the cadets would like to give me their wool coat, I have a feeling I would just be a Kelly-sicle.
Apparently Ticketmaster does have some tickets to this week. This Saturday's game. The cheapest one is $166 though.
That's cheaper than tickets are going for the Packers game on Sunday.
Yes. And that's actually so maybe we'll have to see 1 year. I think in 2 years. No, I think next year they're in Oh gosh. Oh, they're in East
Yeah,
Rutherford next year.
Yeah, they move around now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I did see in 2 years they're going to be in Philadelphia. So
Maybe that one.
yeah, maybe that one. I'll keep an eye on that one. Well, Steph, you know, I'm near the Philadelphia area, so
Yeah, you are. I'm way on the other side. Well, I'm in the middle.
yeah. So keep an eye on that. But that's actually a perfect transition, Steph, talking about the Packers, because now that we talked
Yay!
about games that you all should be paying attention to, it's time to transition into our game.
Woohoo!
We have a battle between sure. So my notes are really bad because my lowercase b looks like an L. So it says battle between. Like what's going on with what's going on with my writing? I think I wrote this like 11 o'clock last night. So battle
You said
between
your B is not right?
my lowercase b looks like a uppercase L.
Bubble. You have to make a bubble.
I know.
Yeah, you guys are
Your
teachers.
your bubble sits right on the line. It touches the ground.
Yes,
And then it reaches its hand up to the sky.
I just threw a pen up in the air. What the heck was that? I was like, I know. I go up and then like, now my pen's gone. What the hell happened? Oh, there it is. Here we go. We got it. Let me fix this. Not battle between division leaders. This is also known as Denver's 17th game because ever since they made the 17th game, we always play the same place of an NFC team. So since Denver finished in third last year, Green Bay finished third last year. Boom, they connect. But gosh, next year it might look like we'll be. I should have to see. I think we play the NFC South. I can look later though. But the whoever wins the NFC South, geez, that's gonna be rough.
Well,
Oh, you know what? That's true. This NFC South, that one's a mixed bag. So this will be the
on
last.
Sunday, we play the Packers.
Yes.
yeah,
This is
let's focus on the pack.
Let's focus on. Yes, don't look ahead to next season.
No.
This will be the last NFC team we play of the regular season. This might be one of the more interesting games we had. I initially thought on paper that's like, oh, like this. I think initially I thought this game was going to be I think I told Kelly back in September that if we were to go back in the season and there was one game that would define how the season were to go for us, I made the bold prediction that it would be this game, and this game very well could be it.
100%. Like I feel so I have like a tie to Green Bay. And like if you know me at all, my best friend is from Wisconsin. So I've been out to Green Bay to watch Packers games I think 3 times now. So I love the Packers. I hate them this week, but I love the Packers. And so I know enough about them to know that you do not go in to a Packers week thinking you can beat them.
No.
You do not think that they have Micah Parsons who has 12 and a half sacks. And then I don't know if our offensive line can stop that. Like, I'm so worried about that. Jordan Love is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. So I was texting my best friend Nate. I was like, I think this might be a loss. I don't know. And that's not saying I don't believe in my team. Mm-hmm. It's just like I'm walking into Sunday nervous. Like this is the first time probably all season that I'm walking into a game on Sunday, like genuinely like just terrified because that's just how good I think this Packers team is.
Absolutely. You mentioned Parsons, and you mentioned Jordan Love, so there goes boom, boom, boom right there. I will mention before we turn over to Kelly, So I always would think, and I don't bet really a whole lot, but looking at the opening odds, at the fact that Green Bay was a 1.5 point favorite in Denver, and you have to factor in Denver has won 10 games in a row.
Yes.
They're undefeated at home, yet they're home underdogs to a team that is technically 2.5 games behind them record wise and win wise. What's going on here?
That I find bullshit. I don't agree with that. And then I love
They
what Bo Nick
have
said
the
today.
vice president of instant replay watching their games.
They
Shut-
do. But I loved what Bo Nick said today, that he was like, my mom thinks we're gonna win.
I love
like,
that.
Bo,
Yes,
my
you did it.
mom.
I was gonna say, my mom says we're gonna win.
My perfect little mom in New Mexico also thinks we're gonna win, so we have that in common. But I don't understand either. Like, we're at home, we're undefeated at home, we have a better record than you. So where the fuck are these odds coming from? I don't understand.
You say Vegas there?
That's where the odds come from. I don't know why people ask me that question every week. The odds come from Vegas.
But who makes them? Who decides?
The vice president of odds making.
We need to get that on a t-shirt for your guys' podcast.
Hold on, let me write that down.
Yeah. Please market this.
Okay, keep going. I'm gonna get some paper real quick.
Yeah, this has to be marketed.
Oh wait. So I've got paper right in front of my face.
I was gonna say, but I was like, okay. Anyway, okay. So Broncos Packers preview with their victory. Green Bay is now number 2 in the NFC. They are now their division lead. As I said before, we have 55 sacks, 11 more than anybody else. We have the 4th highest pressure rate in the league. But that Packers O-line is effective, and Jordan Love is what I have termed and trademarked the hybrid quarterback, which can beat you in the air and with his legs. And historically, and even recently, Denver does not do well against quarterbacks like that.
Nope.
Our defense is, the 4th fewest. No, their offensive line has the 4th fewest allowed sacks. And we have, okay.
Their offensive line scares me.
Yeah,
like that.
They have the 4th fewest sacks allowed with 18, even with they're struggling O-line a little bit.
Yeah.
We have the 6th highest blitz rate in the league, but Jordan Love has the 4th highest passer rating with quarterbacks that have faced 50 plus blitzes.
Yeah, like
so
if there's
blitzing
one thing,
him's not gonna rattle him.
No, if there's one thing that I text my best friend about like weekly, it's like, oh, the Packers have a great offensive line. I'm so jealous. Like, this offensive line is so good. And then last week I was watching in between the Broncos game, the Packers game, and I was like, this damn offensive line is going to fuck us up.
They're
like,
shuffled.
This offensive line is going to fuck us up.
And this isn't even their top offense line. It's been shuffled with some injuries and moving people around. Shuffled. Yeah. That's what that word is. Whew. Okay. The Packers D-line and Micah Parsons will make it tough on Bo Nix. And especially as Sean Payton called offense that's so fucking conservative for 3 quarters. Although the Bronco O-line, has the 3rd lowest pressures allowed in the league. Bo Nix does not take a lot of sacks. He only has 9 on the year. And that's tied for the fewest sacks allowed.
wow.
So we're not showing up with for years on this podcast. I complain about our O-line. You notice that's not been my complaint in a long time. I was going to say, but Bo Nick says his mom says we'll win. But I don't know that our efficient but not flashy offense will be enough against this defense.
I don't think so either. And this is small, like this is a small detail, but like they have Brandon McManus who can make long field goals in Denver. So
Yeah,
like
but
if
he can miss
it
them too.
gets to the point where like they need a long field goal to be made, like they have a kicker who knows how to kick in Denver. Like
Yeah,
they could
if
do
he's
it.
not drunk.
If he hasn't been hurt he was fine last week. I don't know.
Drunk.
And then I'm
Drunk.
also
Not
in
drunk.
love with Matt LaFleur. Like stupid in love
She's
with
not
that
hearing
man.
me.
Who's drunk?
I said if McManus is not drunk.
If McManus isn't drunk.
Oh, okay. I see the connection. Light bulb.
You're picking up what she's putting down?
I picked up what you put down. That did happen. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
It should be a good game. I'm so excited to be there.
It should be. I'm going to stand by what we said last week. I've been saying for weeks, I need this win streak of Denver's to come to an end. Because I don't believe we're going to go 17 or 18-0. Not because I don't love my team. Not because I don't think we can.
Yeah.
It would be 17 if we won the rest of the way.
Lord.
Right. But okay. So
I need to win this
take
week
the division if we win out.
Here.
But and if we had to lose a game, this is the game with the least playoff implications for us. I don't want to lose it, but I really need that win streak to come to an end, and I don't want to lose against the Jags, the Chiefs, or the Chargers.
I agree, but as a personal,
yes, no, I know it's hard because I don't want because since it's Sunday, I'm not going to be like, oh yay, we didn't make the first down. I'm going to be like, what the fuck?
I'm going to the game with a Packer fan. I cannot go to the game with a Packers fan and then walk out with a loss. Like, I need to win this game.
Okay, so if we win this game, what game are we losing? The Jags, the Chiefs, or the Jaguars? The Jags, the Chiefs. The Jaguars, the Chiefs, or the Chargers?
I think the Jags. Like, I've already mentally prepared myself that we're going to lose against the Jags.
Okay. Fair. I'll take it. We'll beat the Pack, lose against the Jags. Okay.
Yeah. So beat the Pack, lose Jags, win the rest of the way. I'll take that. Like, I will happily take that.
It might help because if we lost to the Jaguars, we'd be playing mad, and maybe we put BTA on the Chiefs on Christmas to end their playoff hopes.
Yes. That's like the ideal scenario, I think.
And I don't know. See, and the only thing that worries me about the Jaguars one, and this isn't me looking ahead, is that it worries me because what if the Jaguars find a way to catch up and they take the number 1 seed?
Well, their division is so stupid easy.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm guessing, Steph, you're having this as a win?
Yes.
Kelly, I'm thinking you're changing this to a loss from the I'm hearing.
I think it's going to be one of those 24-21 scores. Someone's winning on a last-minute field goal.
Gosh, could you imagine if it's Brandon McManus?
I would jump off the side of the fucking stadium.
Well, let's not do that, though.
I won't, but I would think about it for like half a second.
And I'm telling you, if the vice president of instant replay calls in and
Oh,
there's no
instant replay. Hold on, let me change that. The vice president instant replay. I put
I'm
replay
going to DM you like most of the game and just tell you that the entire game. I hope you know.
There you go.
I will need a long-term substitute because I'm gonna find that man.
And then I'm gonna apply for his job on Monday morning.
Hell, I can sit in New York and make bad calls. Jesus Christ, what number? Oh, is that a touchdown? You need 4 feet.
Yeah, they're probably making 5 times more money than all of us.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe there's a business card. Vice president of instant replay. I want president.
The vice president instant replay t-shirt. Got it.
Yeah, for sure. You need that.
Okay. So here's my little stat for this game. Or actually I should say it's an interesting stat. The Packers have I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do this a little bit better.
We've taken too many shots.
Kidding. So I'm knocking on wood for this. The Green Bay Packers have lost their last 4 road games against AFC West opponents. The last time they won on the road against the AFC opponent, 2019 against the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
So my hope is that history repeats itself and we move that to 5 straight road losses against AFC West opponents. So, Kelly, you mentioned that it could be a game-winning victory game-winning field goal for the Packers. I'm going to raise you, or I guess I can't really raise you at that point. I'm going to Uno reverse you and say the Broncos win on a game-winning field goal by Will Lutz 2017 Broncos.
I definitely agree that I think it's going to come down to like a game-winning drive, like touchdown or field goal, but I think it's going to be a
Two-point
close-ass
conversion.
game. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout or like an easy win, like by any means. I think it's going to be close, and I'm terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone take your heart meds.
Yeah, and I hate the fact that I'm going to be there just nervous as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, just gotta breathe. Maybe take a couple of what are those things called they do at the tailgates? Where you tilt the shot skis, yes.
Yeah.
Take a couple of those.
I love having it stuff for like shot skis.
Yeah, look at us.
Like, what are they called?
We're on the same wavelength. Well, the tailgate I go to, they do give us free shots around a couple times. So like I'll definitely be taking a couple before I walk into the stadium. So don't worry.
Yeah, so probably need a couple of those. Yeah, definitely gonna need to. I'm glad I bought this today, so I might need that before the game. So
yes, you're gonna need that before, during, and after.
Before, during, and after. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, take a shot 45 minutes before the game. Let it kick in. Like, all right, we're gonna be cool, and then like. I think at any point, like if we go down 2 scores, I'm like, all right, I'm pouring a shot just so I can calm the nerves.
Definitely.
But I'm holding out hope because, as I mentioned before, if we do win this game, we are in the playoffs. So it'd be really great to beat a team who leads their division, and us winning that game gets us in the playoffs because hopefully that silences those fraud check analysts that have been telling us that the past couple weeks.
Definitely.
I feel like it won't though, because they're gonna find some
won't.
way.
Yeah, it'll be.
I see. I looked right at your face like it won't.
It won't.
But I'm hopeful. Fingers crossed. So
Thank you guys so much for having me on.
absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. Oh, I have to ask you one question before we do wrap it up. So I'm going back to Kelly. I'm going to go back to 3 years ago because I'm kind of curious to what Steph thinks.
Oh shit.
So you remember 3 years ago for our 100th episode when we did the what is and what isn't a Christmas movie?
Oh yeah.
So Steph,
I won.
Die Hard, Christmas movie or not?
Yes, Christmas movie.
So that's what our guest said almost 3 years ago. So
Okay. So I answered right?
yeah, because that's the one that Kelly picked.
If I remember right, our guest had not seen Die Hard.
Oh.
And she
That's
heard
true.
our debate, and I won the debate.
Yeah,
To be
because
fair,
I
I just watched it for the first time this year. Because
Christmas
everyone
movie.
always asked me about it, and I was like, oh, I need to watch this movie. So I finally watched it like this summer, and I was like, oh yeah, this is like a Christmas movie. I need to watch it in December.
all right, so I'm gonna put that to bed for another 3 years.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I think everyone I've asked has said it was.
It's the It's the vice president.
Is the vice president of this instant replay on the hold on. Vice President Instant Replay, I kind of need a ruling on this. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
That's a
Wait,
you
it
get
is?
on the phone.
Damn it. That's gonna be the running joke for the rest of the season.
It
so.
is. I can't wait to listen.
But yes, thank you so much, Steph, for joining us.
Thank you guys. That's so much fun.
Even though it is scrolled down below, where can our wonderful listeners who aren't following you, which honestly, if you're a Broncos fan and you're not following Miss Steph Salazar, I'm kind of surprised that you're not. Where can they find you?
On Twitter or X, whatever it's called, at Steph S_24.
There you go. All right. And on that note, and that Kelly has won the debate for the second time in 3 years, ready to close this out?
Yes. As always, you can find me at I Live to Lead.
You can find me at TieFlyGuy15.
You can find us both at the same time.
At in_com_plete_ at in_com_plete_2.
Because there's two of us. That's also on Instagram.
Same thing.
Same thing. All those DMs are open for challenge flags, song requests, guest requests, questions, comments, concerns, or topic requests. Or if you're the vice president of Instant Replay and would like to try to tell me I'm wrong when I'm not. However, if sliding into someone's DM is not for you, we do have an email.
in_com_plete@outlook.com. And one thing I do want to mention, we have not gotten a lot of challenge flags this year, which I'm kind of surprised.
It started like we got 3 or 4 at the beginning, and they kind of learned that I was right, I guess. I don't know.
Either they learn they're winning, or they're like, oh, well, we've won 10 in a row. Then we have nothing really to argue about. We're happy.
Yes, that has a lot to do with it too. We all kind of agree.
Yes.
Because we're winning, and like they say, winning fixes it, or winning
Everything.
covers up a lot of flaws. It's like concealer.
Absolutely. Yeah. For now it is.
we don't see the wrinkles.
Yes.
We ask that if you contact us, that you be respectful and stay clothed.
Yep. So we are live every Wednesday here on YouTube at 9:15 my time, 8:15 Central, 7:15, which where most of you are, including Miss Steph Salazar, or 6:15 Kelly time. But if you're unable to listen to us live, which this episode I wouldn't understand because I'm looking at the time and we're at like 2 hours and 20 minutes. We do always have our audio version available, and it's usually available within 36 hours after we're live here. And that is on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, basically wherever it is you listen to your podcast. My only request is that you leave a review. Give us, I recommend 5 stars, but I've come to the realization that not everyone gives us 5 stars because we're not everyone's cup of tea, but instead, as you have all seen me today, we can sometimes be
Shot of whiskey.
a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
And on that note, we kept you guys up for, it's like almost midnight near for where I am. So on that note, and until then, and until next time,
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.